Today on the show, I am going to dig into 3 bidding mistakes that I see happening way too often. Listen, y'all, one of the first things a contractor needs to get right is the bid. It's the foundation of everything, and there's so many things that go into that. Today, I'm going to focus on 3 mistakes that are too common, that are stealing your profits and growing frustration in your life. Let's do this. Don't forget to share this video with another contractor that you know so that we can raise all the ships. What's the old saying? Rising tide lifts all ships. So let's lift the ships in the contracting industry by making sure that we all understand how to price our damn work. The first bidding mistake that causes a ton of problems in your life and gives a bad name to contractors. You have lack of clarity with the client. So many issues arise when assumptions are made. I thought this was included. I thought that was included. No, that's not included. All right. Take the time to ask questions and get dialed in on exactly what is important to your prospect. If you don't do that, then everyone's making up stories in their mind about what's really supposed to happen on the project. Don't price something inaccurately because you didn't understand their expectations and what was truly important to them. Get those expectations in writing and go over those things with the client before you actually sign the contract. And once they initial those things and everyone's on the same page, now you know you have more clarity. And that contract has to spell out everything with absolute clarity, or you're going to shoot yourself in the foot. Second big mistake I see contractors make is you are not clear on your direct costs. You're bidding jobs, but you really don't know what things cost you. So let me ask you, if you install doors, do you know how much it costs you to install that door? Do you know how much it costs you for the time to set up a job? Do you know how much it costs you in drive time each week? Most contractors are underestimating the time required to do a project. So how do you know? How do you know what those costs are? Number one, this is where job costing comes into place. You have your estimated costs, and then when the job is done, you job cost the project and you get your actual costs, and you can compare and you can learn from that. That's what it means to know your numbers. When you don't know your numbers, when you're not revisiting a project after you do it and said, how did we do compared to what we thought it would take to do the job, you're hurting yourself. So in your next job, I want you to break things down into 3 phases. No matter what you do, to me, there's always the prep time. And I don't mean just like sanding and that sort of prep and demo or whatever it is. There's prep of getting the materials. There's prep of setting up the job, having certain conversations and running around with that. And that also includes the prep. You know, the prep of prepping the house with plastic and caulking and all those different things. That's all in the prep. And you figure up the time and all the costs that it's going to take you associated with that first phase. Second phase is what I call the build. The build is the actual work that you're doing. You're installing the cabinets or you're painting the house. And the third is the finish. How are you going to close out the job? This is probably the biggest area I see contractors drop the ball on, is they underestimate the amount of time to do that final 10% of the job, to detail it all in, to really clean up in a red carpet type service way. When they don't do that, they end up losing a lot of money. The job is not as profitable. So figure up those 3 things, add them up together, all the labor costs, the material costs, any special circumstances, to get your direct job costs. The final mistake that I see contractors make all the time is a lack of sales skills. Selling is not just writing up a bid and sending it and then until they reply. Selling is also not manipulating somebody. It's understanding their needs and offering a solution. All the direct cost accuracy in the world and the right multiplier is not going to fix the problem of you not having enough money if you don't know how to sell the project and sell value, not just price. Profitable sales happen when you have a connection. You've got to position yourself as someone who gets them and then contracts the project around their needs. When you do that, price becomes so much less of a factor in the sales process. Remember, sales is a skill that requires work to develop through consistent practice and refinement. So to wrap this up, apply these strategies to your next project and every project after that. I promise you, you will make more money immediately. So on your next bid, I want you to use this tool that we have for you. It's our 50% gross profit pricing tool that will walk you through the 3 phases of the job and help you think about all your costs. You can add your multiplier to it, preferably the 50%. Multiplier of 2, by the way. You can get it for free at thecontractorfight.com/50. You guys rock. I got to roll. I'm out.